Okay. Now it's recording.
All right. So, welcome. Thank you for coming. So we're actually going to do this in two parts because we're doing Juice Plus, but we formed, so we're here with the Kumara Center for Spiritual Awareness, and we formed a Juice Plus team. So there's a couple of reasons. So I just want to take you through also all of that really quick. So we actually have the Add Your Energy Kumara Juice Plus team. So Add Your Energy is a global collective, and it belongs to no one. It's anonymous, and the Kumara Center is helping to move the Charlotte chapter of that. Ancient spiritual teachings say that everything is consciousness, energy, and today's science is actually proving that. There is a collective mind to which we all belong, and the reality we experience is dictated largely by the level of consciousness held by the collective. The unified field is a space of non-polarity where all know themselves to be intricately connected with all of creation, interconnected, interrelated, and interdependent. And due to human miscreations, which emerged out of the misuse of our natural creative power, we are currently living out the fallen state of duality where we identify with and experience pairs of opposites. So there's good, bad, light, dark, birth, death, all of that. And the desire of Add Your Energy is to draw people together in simple acts of loving service so that the collective energy of the group will be exponentially amplified, thus creating the biggest impact possible for humanity and the planet. All are encouraged to join, either in group settings or on your own. We don't recognize religion, lack of religion, nationality, or culture. We are all one in the eyes of the universe, and we're capable of consciously assisting the creation of a world we would all love to live in. Of course, there's a lot of work to be done, but we can all, if we hold the space of loving equanimity, work together. So for us at the Kumara Center, we have a very specific path, but ultimately our mission is in alignment with Add Your Energies. That's one reason why we're doing the Charlotte chapter. And very quickly, what we do there is our tagline is to rediscover your divine nature. We help you to journey down the most direct path toward liberation with the point of the arrow spiritual understandings as your guide. And by blending ancient wisdom, modern science, and your own life experiences, you can dissolve concepts and beliefs which constrict the heart and keep you trapped in a cycle of death and rebirth. And we assist you in moving into the sacred space of the heart. We understand that we're in times of great change, and no one on the planet is exempt from the shifting that's taking place. And the Kumara Center was created as a vehicle to serve humanity during this time. And our mission is simple. It's to be aware of what's happening collectively on the planet, to do what we can to be of service in a way that is for the highest good of all concerned, and to continue to hold space of loving equanimity for our beloved planet and all life associated with her. And our goal at the Kumara Center is to function as a beacon of light for those who strive to be a creative force in the new template for life on Earth. So we decided to go ahead and create this, and we took Juice Plus, and I am a certified nutrition advisor. So nutrition is near and dear to my heart. So we decided to do this because not only do we have to add our energy to what's going on the planet, we have to add our energy into what we're eating, our health and wellness. It's huge. It really is. You are what you eat. It's a fact. And right now we're trying to, chronic diseases are really bad right now. Heart disease, diabetes, cancer, stroke, all things that we're really trying very hard to be aware of what we're putting in our bodies and things like that. It has been found that proper nutrition, whole food nutrition, really do help along with physical activity. It's very, very important. And the reason that we're doing this is because Juice Plus helps to bridge the gap between what we do eat and what we really should be eating. And as far as our center goes, we really need to help get people healthy. We want to add our energy to that. We want to help people understand that you're investing in your health now instead of years down the line. If God forbid something happens, and you want to be proactive about things and not reactive. So I'll let Meghan finish up and discuss more about the actual products.
Yes. So if you really think about it, there's so many of us that we would like to maintain a healthy diet, and there are many challenges that we face, whether we go to the grocery store and if you want to buy organic, it's quite expensive, or you go home and it's kind of a big to-do just to prepare everything. And if you look at the recommended daily servings of fruits and vegetables that you're supposed to be getting every day, basically half of your plate at every meal should be fruits and vegetables. And as you can imagine, a lot of us with busy schedules and also monetarily speaking, it is difficult for us to actually be able to do that. So that's where Juice Plus comes in and bridging that gap between what we do eat and what we should be eating. So the products that Juice Plus has been around for many years, and they work with local family-owned farmers. And the reason being is because you want to be close to your farmers that you're working with, because if you can actually vine ripen your fruits and vegetables, then you're going to have them when they're nutrient rich. They are packed with nutrients. So their facilities, they try to have it as close as possible to the farms. That way within about 24 hours, these fruits and veggies are kept at cold temperatures, and then they are pulverized, where it's different than juicing in the sense that yes, you're getting the insides of the fruits and veggies, but you're also getting the skin and the seeds. And as we know that those parts of the fruits and veggies, they are very rich in nutrients. And so what they do after that, they remove the water and the sugar, and what you're left with is a very fine powder. So it being in a fine powder, it's in a capsule, one for convenience, and secondly, because just like when you cut open an apple and it browns, the same thing will happen to the powder if you were to open the capsules. And that's how you know you're actually getting your whole food based fruits and veggies. So it's raw fruits and veggies that's just in a fine powder. And that's actually great because when that gets into your body, so you take your capsules with some water, and so that way your body can actually absorb it very quickly. And so our products are bioavailable. So you're actually getting those nutrients very quickly versus kind of what your body has to do on a normal basis when you go to eat your fruits and veggies. Another thing I always like to point out is that with these fruits and veggies, granted, it's not to diminish what you can get at the grocery store, because yes, we should be getting our fruits and veggies, but at least you know that you are getting daily recommended or recommendations of what your intake should be of fruits and vegetables. The other thing to kind of keep in mind, and just the way that our food system is, your fruits and vegetables that are at the grocery store, they're not actually they're not maybe so much nutrient rich, because if you think about it, when our farmers grow the fruits and veggies, that has to go to some other plant to be processed. And then from there it can be distributed to the supermarkets, and then you can go and you can get your fruits and veggies there. And so a lot of times our fruits and veggies have to be force ripened. So that's just something to keep in mind. So Juice Plus wants to go beyond that. Okay, so how about our children? And our children, they're not necessarily getting in the fruits and veggies that they would be needing to take in every day. And we all know that if you put a plate in front of your children and it's half fruits and vegetables, they're not necessarily going to want to eat that. It's kind of that face that's like, no. And so unlike gummy vitamins, where we try to give our kids that extra, vitamins and minerals that they're supposed to be getting, our capsules actually come in gummy form. So they're great for children. They're low glycemic though. All of our products, the fruits and vegetables, and we also have ancient grains, it's all non-GMO. And so the gummies, they do have cane sugar in them. However, it's non-GMO and it's not a lot of sugar. If you were to actually hold the gummies up to the light, they're kind of speckled, and you know that that's actually the powder form of your fruits and veggies that you normally get in the capsules. So these children now are getting in their daily recommended servings of fruits and vegetables. And the company goes a step further. The company, you can sponsor a child from ages 4 through 18 or a full-time college student for 4 years for free. So we have over 1 million children taking Juice Plus for free, which is wonderful. It's a really heart-based company and really wants to inspire healthy living around the world. We also have a complete line. The complete line, that's where you're going to get your macronutrients. So that includes fiber and protein. Now, here we have our complete shake mixes on the flavors of vanilla and Dutch chocolate. And they contain minimally processed plant protein and also fiber, some veggies, and that's pretty much it actually. Oh, sorry, and ancient grains. So this can actually count as a meal. It's low glycemic, it's vegetarian, or vegan, did I say low glycemic, high fiber, high protein. You can prepare your shakes however you would like. And then we also have these nutritional bars in the flavors of tart cherry and honey and dark chocolate and fig. And these are also high in protein, high in fiber. It's all made from ancient grains. Same thing with being vegetarian. There's no artificial ingredients, no artificial flavors, no dyes, nothing in any of our products.
There's no herbicides or pesticides either. These are also gluten-free, dairy-free.
So that's the bulk of about the complete line. I also want to mention the Tower Gardens. Tower Gardens, they stand about 5 feet tall, and it's 2.5 by 2.5 feet. It has like a round base to it. And the Tower Garden, that allows you to grow your own fruits and veggies, which is great. So you don't have to go to the grocery store and get your own produce. You can actually grow it in either indoors or outdoors. So if you would like to grow them indoors, if you feel like you don't have enough available sunlight, you can get growing lights, and that way you have the environment that's necessary for your produce to grow. So how does the Tower Garden work? If you can kind of imagine a water fountain, the water fountain kind of pushes the water up and then it sprinkles down. The Tower Garden is very similar to that. It's an aeroponic system. You might have heard of hydroponic, but an aeroponic growing system falls under the umbrella of hydroponic. But aeroponic, how it works is, when I said it's kind of a water fountain, it kind of sprinkles when the water goes to return back. It's the same type of thing. It's like a mist. So the roots of these plants, they get sprinkled with water in a soilless system. So it's a very wonderful system. They have done studies like the University of Mississippi. They looked at Tower Gardens, and you can get 30%, like your yield is 30% more than traditional growing soil gardening. It's 3 times fast that these fruits and veggies grow. You can grow anything in there that's not like a tree or like a rooted system, like potatoes, for example. But pretty much everything else you can grow in these Tower Gardens. And for me, I'm a huge proponent of fighting for our planet and sustainable living. And these Tower Gardens, they recycle the nutrients and the water. So it's 100%, everything is recycled. So it's wonderful because that actually reduces the amount of land and water usage than traditional gardening. This Tower Garden lasts between 10 and 20 years. You might wonder, okay, well, if I have it outside, what is the material made out of so that it's not affected by UV light? It's very strong. And the Tower Garden is made out of a UV food grade plastic, or UV stabilized food grade plastic. So it's very, very durable, which is great. Because it's not on the ground, like your garden's on the ground, whether it's a raised bed or not, you don't have to worry so much about herbicides or pesticides. You don't have to worry about ground bugs. So it's kind of great. You don't have to have a green thumb. It's a self-sustaining system. You don't have to worry about bending over, tilling and weeding and stuff like that because it stands tall, And so the Tower Garden, you can grow up to 20 fruits, vegetables, herbs, flowers if you'd like. We also have extensions if you wanted to grow more in the Tower Garden. So that pretty much sums up the Tower Garden. And did I miss anything?
That's pretty much it, yeah, for Tower Garden, yeah. I will say, as far as the nutrition goes, Tower Gardens, like we said, no herbicides, no pesticides, it's right there. It allows you to grow your own local. you know, vegetables taste very different. Fruits and veggies taste very different when you get them from a source like this. They're more nutrient rich also.
Because you're growing them and they're able to ripen on their own.
Mm-hmm. And just as far as bridging the gap, you know, as we said before, it's very, very hard to make sure that we're getting everything that we're supposed to be getting. Our diets are actually very backwards. We're not supposed to be so protein centered as our meals usually are. We're really only supposed to be having a third of our plate as protein. And then more like a third to half, depending on your weight goals or your metabolism, should be fruits and vegetables. And then you need to add in your carbs and dairy if you'd like. But you have to be very, very careful. And it's really hard. I mean, if you think about it, getting 9 servings of fruits and vegetables a day, all 5 colors, who really gets that? You know? That's what really makes it easy. For those of us that are on the go a lot, it makes it a whole lot easier. It's just a smart way to go about it. It's the most medicinally backed nutrition product on the market today. It is, there's 32 peer-reviewed clinical studies done at prestigious universities showing actual benefits that Juice Plus has been shown to have for the body. It goes in on a cellular level and it repairs a lot of issues that we have with our bodies, digestive issues, allergies, food intolerances, are really all because the cells in our digestive system should be really close together. They are our first line of defense. And if they're supposed to stop any toxins or anything from getting into our system. Unfortunately, with the diets that we have in the Western society, our cells don't get to be like this. They actually have gaps, which allows toxins into the body, which in turn allows for food intolerances, allergies, autoimmune diseases, and things. So if you have proper whole food nutrition, and whole food is key. That's one thing about Juice Plus. Whole food is, you know, food is medicine. It really, truly is. And what they're finding is, of course, no one can say it cures, because we live in America. But they're finding, there's one doctor that will tell you, she's a cancer survivor. And when she found out that whole food really was what benefited her body, and she's a Juice Plus fan just because it made it easy for her to get her whole food nutrition. There's a lot of, you could see all of the benefits that Juice Plus has. There's a long list of them. And then there's benefits beyond that, just because, you know, we can't listen because they're not backed by a study, but many people have benefited from it. As I said before, it works on a cellular level. There's things that it does for your body that you would never even notice are going on. I had a growth that every year I had to go and get tested to make sure that the cells had not turned cancerous. And this past December, about almost 6 months into me taking Juice Plus, I went for my annual test, and the cells actually are healthy again. They're no longer abnormal. So these are the types of things that Juice Plus is able to do. It's there to repair your body, repair your cells.
And so Juice Plus and their studies and kind of your personal testimonials is showing that people, so it actually promotes healthy skin, gums, cardiovascular health, DNA, keeping DNA healthy. It helps with oxidative stress, especially people who are athletes can really benefit from this. Helping with your immune system, helping with like arthritic pains. So the list kind of keeps going up and up and up as we do more and more studies with these products. I can tell you from my own personal experience, and that's why I'm actually here standing in front of you, it has really changed my life. I can't have caffeine, so and I have very long days, and so I was getting to the point where I was running ragged. And when I started taking the capsules, I had a lot more energy. I was sleeping much better. I was waking up before my alarm, which is a huge thing. I used to struggle, I mean literally struggle to get out of bed. It has changed my palate. I personally noticed that I no longer craved the same types of foods, and even though mentally I wanted to go and have it again out of habit, I would go to try to eat it and whatever it might have been, and it was literally like my body was like, no, we're full. You don't need to continue eating. I drink more water. I actually desire to. I desire to actually be healthier, to have a different diet. It has really helped my digestive system. I take medication for acid reflux, and I have actually noticed that since I started taking Juice Plus, I no longer have breakthrough acid reflux, and I can eat things that I couldn't eat before. So those are just some of the benefits, and I'll allow her to share her story because everybody's just a little bit different. Although there are a lot of things that we all share in common, but everyone's body is different. If you really think about it, we all have slightly different environments that we have been exposed to on a day-to-day basis up until this point. So how your environment has affected your body is slightly different than how it might have affected, your neighbor. So I'll let her share her personal story.
Sure. For me, my biggest thing for trying Juice Plus is that I have no thyroid. It was taken out back when I was 17 years old, and the further I get along without having any thyroid, the more it actually affects my body. All of the hormones in your body actually run through your thyroid, so it affects almost every part of your body. So for me, my biggest concerns were digestion. I really almost have no real digestion. And then also, my hair falls out very easily. My hair, my skin, also my energy level. I have very low energy. So my biggest thing was to try it for those things. It helped with all of those. My energy is sustained. I would say since I have no thyroid, it's not like I'm bang, let's go, but at least I have sustained energy. I'm not dragging like I was all the time. My digestion is much better now. I had symptoms close to IBS, colitis, but this has helped tremendously. Also, we were saying about the whole cellular level thing. My daughter and I were in a really bad car accident, and the doctors told us that it would take us 6 months before we were functional again. And it was only 2 months before we were functional again. Doctors were amazed, and the only thing that they could think that we were doing was that we were taking Juice Plus. It helps with inflammation, it helps to repair the cells. And when your body is getting the nutrition it needs, it's able to concentrate on what it's supposed to do. And it wants to heal, Other things, wow, there's so many. Yeah, I would say those are the biggest things. Do you guys have any questions at all? No? Okay.
Well, how much does it cost?
It depends. I would say if you're gonna do anything, this is gonna be your foundation. This comes down, we always break it down to the monthly amount. This is gonna be about $45 a month. It seems like a lot, but when you think about it, I do all 3 blends. I do the shake and the bar. That's my breakfast and my lunch. That costs me less than $5 a day when you think about it. If you were to do all 3 of these blends, there's actually 30 fruits and veggies in all 3 of these blends. It's less than $2.50 a day. You can't juice for that little. You cannot buy your fruits and veggies for that little. So it seems like it's a good amount in the beginning, but you're actually saving money. The other thing that we said is that it reduces, it changes your palate. You'll find that you're not buying junk food as much. You're opting to buy more healthy. The other thing that they find is that it reduces the over-the-counter and prescription drugs that you'll be buying. So that you're saving money there also.
And you're also investing in your long-term health.
Yes, you really want to. I mean, it seems there's so many of us that wait until something comes up, and this is investing now in your body, long term. If you were to do all 3 blends, it comes to be more about $75 a month.
With tax. That's with tax.
Yeah, tax and shipping. These are about $35 a month. You get a 4-month supply 4-month supply, upfront. You just pay monthly for it, or you can pay upfront for it. I choose to pay upfront because I don't wanna have to worry about when it's hitting my card for the next 3 months. Bars, same thing, $35 a month for a 4-month supply. Any other questions? No?
No, but I think because the two of us, and there's not a lot of people, we should get something for coming. Don't you think? Something free.
Well, but the company doesn't really do anything like that, because they don't do samples, and the reason being because first it goes in and it actually will detoxify you, because you don't really understand how your diet isn't what it should be until you start getting what you should have. So it has to go in and detox you first, and then it starts doing repairs. So you won't start to see, if I give you a sample, you're not gonna see benefits right off the bat like that. You're not gonna see it.
And a lot of our benefits, I mean, granted, there were some benefits that were almost kind of instant, like energy-wise especially. But there were other things, if you think about it, when I was saying that, you know, you've had years of being exposed to your environment, okay, well, you can't see the breadth of what the products can do for you in a very short period of time, because your body has been exposed to the environment for many, many years. So, I mean, there are people who have been on Juice Plus for a year, they go to get blood work done, and their blood work is different. So it's not something that happens overnight.
Yeah.
So they actually give you a 4-month supply so that you give the product the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah. I mean, if you think about it, one example would be like for smokers. For every year of smoking, it takes 5 years to undo the damage that was done. So it's the same with the body. I mean, this does help to kind of accelerate the healing process. However, it takes time. That's one reason why they don't do samples, and I agree with that. I actually think it's a very ethical way to do it, because you want to make sure that you're not just. There's so many people that would take samples and say, I don't feel anything, but you didn't give it enough time for it to work. You know.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you. We appreciate you attending. Do we have information in our bag?